Welcome back to Justice for Giancarlo Fisichella in Formula 198, and round 11 brings us to the classic version of Hockenheim for a charge through the forest. Yes, this layout means we have to strike a balance between straight line speed on the straights, unsurprisingly, and handling through the chicanes and more twisty final sector. Considering these cars are a nightmare to drive in this game, no matter what setup you put on them, I think I'll take the straight line speed and runs, thank you very much, and I'll suffer whatever consequences await me from turn 12 onwards. Now, I didn't realise this until I went back and looked at all the results for 98 as part of playing through this game, but it was actually Giancarlo Fisichella who delivered the first non-McLaren pole of 1998. I would just assume that Schumacher would have got one at some point, but no, the first 9 rounds, all McLaren poles, and then round 10, Fisichella in the Benetton in Austria. Normal service was resumed, however, in Germany, Hockenheim with his 7th pole of the season ahead of teammate Coulthard. It's also very apt that, as this is the first episode I've recorded since the passing of Eddie Jordan, we get to talk about both of his cars qualifying in the top 5, things starting to look up for them after a poor first half of the season. The Benettons were 7th and 8th, Wirtz ahead of Fisichella, but it was a day to forget for Michael Schumacher, who qualified 9th in front of his home crowd, his weekend disrupted by chassis and engine issues ahead of qualifying. In the meantime, Ricardo Rosset picked up his 3rd did not qualify of the season, but before we laugh at him for being slow, this time he actually crashed in practice and had to be withdrawn from qualifying. I actually don't know if that's any better. Right, let's spool forward. No, surely not. Let's do another 5 minutes. What is happening? Well, obviously the target is pole position. Qualifying has been our realm this season, and if it stays like this and we've got a mixed up order for this race, excellent. And sorry to take a little bit of the tension out early doors, but it's my first flying lap. Can you guess what's going to happen? Well, I am going to keep lapping though and see if I can improve, just in case, because we got overhauled in Austria, and obviously none of the top 3 before we took pole were the usual suspects in the top 3, so I'm still expecting them to come through. But improvements were hard to come by, coming to the end of lap 5, and only an improvement of 0.03 of a second. Then Formula 198 started doing Formula 198 things. Well, I'm really glad that changed for you by accident then, because then I wouldn't have seen some of the rear bouncing. Incredible. We got big air through the Erst curve. Oh, I actually want to give up, just because I think this game actually makes Hockenheim really boring, and it's entirely the game's fault, because obviously most of the track is straights, so the fun of this circuit is trying to, angle the chicanes and carry as much speed through. Like, the Erst chicane is usually so much fun, and it's just not. None of the chicanes are fun, you're just kind of waiting to get through them, and then you're back at full throttle again. Nord curve is usually loads of fun to sweep through, and it's not really. The final sector's just awkward. So what you've got is just like loads of bits you don't enjoy joined together by this. And I don't like it. and it is the game's fault. And we're sticking with this lap not because of my half-baked analysis, but because I'm about to improve, but also unbeknownst to me, the timer on the session has ended, and this is about to be my final flying lap. Now, as mentioned, for kind of a track guide or circuit review, if you like, yeah, it's not fun. The chicanes are difficult to kind of manoeuvre because again you need to just use unnatural amounts of heavy braking to rotate the car in a couple of foul swoops, and yeah, it does suck a lot of the fun out of it, and then for the rest of the time you're just going in a straight line. However, we do come to the most interesting, if you like, section of the track, into Agip, which is Hockenheim's answer to Bridge Corner, and then to the Sachs curve. Both are taken very much the same way. It's just heavy braking down through the gears. This final double right-hander particularly awkward to get round, but keep an eye on that time as we cross the line and flick to the end of the session. Boom!
He's in pole position.
I'm guessing we must have run out of time. I've never run it to the end of the session before. Wow, so we do have a slightly mixed up grid in that we take pole from our teammate. It's a front row lockout for Benetton. Fisichella from Vert, 7/10 between us. Wait, hang on. I just did a 1 minute 35, didn't I? What is going on? I'm going to have to watch that back and understand what's just happened. On my 8th lap out of 12, I definitely crossed the line in the 135s. It looked like a 135.8. But because obviously the time had clearly run out of the session, even though that should count, because it's my last lap in the session, it's just not counted it. It seems like every round there's just something, a little something new. So yeah, point of hand is we're 7/10 clear of our teammate. It's a Lacey third, Hill fourth, then Hakkinen and Coulthard from Schumacher. Jarno Trulli's in 8th, ahead of Eddie Irvine. Proper mixed up grid. Ricardo Rossit's ahead of 3 people. The end is nigh. It was ultimately a dominant day for McLaren. Hakkinen leading home Coulthard, but it did get a little bit tense at the end as Hakkinen was under fuel, so he had to slow to make sure he made it to the end, and that allowed Jacques Villeneuve to close in, with Coulthard dutifully holding position for the championship. In the meantime, Hill scored his first points of the year, whilst Jordan got their first double points finish of the season, whilst Schumacher managed to recover to 5th. Giancarlo Fisichella finished 7th, just under 2 seconds away from the points. Wirtz is up with us, so I really want to steer clear of Wirtz, so hopefully he can stay in the points. I obviously want to go for the win. Our pole to win conversion rate is shocking. I mean, mainly it's because we've got lots of poles, but even still, I feel like we should have been converting into slightly more wins. So let's go for the win, especially when our main rivals are further down the order. Sun stays out. It's Hocken time. Let's go. I'm really sorry, that was a bad thing to say. It was a terrible pun. But we lead away, but our teammate has jumped us. Oh, we've been sideswiped. Potentially by a Lacey. I think it was a Lacey, but he's still 3rd. Jean, we were friends. But you've not cost us anything. It's okay. To be honest, that's actually works out really well, because now Wirtz has just taken off. I'm in 2nd. Lacey is still 3rd. And this has given us a cushion. So actually, let's slowly reel in our teammate, hopefully while dropping everyone behind. And could we actually pick up a 1-2? I don't think in all of these playthroughs I've ever managed a 1-2. Or have I? I can't remember. I don't think there's ever been like a 1-2 finish for our team. Answers on a postcard if anyone's got a better memory than me, but I don't think we have, it's ever happened before. Oh god, though, there is a McLaren there already. How tactical do I get with this? Could I try and run blocker behind Wirtz for most of the race and then overtake him with like a lap to go? And we can seal the 1-2? Or do I not faff about with all that? Oh god, and just try and take the win. Who is it behind us? Of course it is. He's back, David Coulthard. No Hakkinen. Schumacher's 4th. Trulli and Frentzen in the points. We've got a lot more speed through turn 1, the Nord curve. But he does seem to be reeling us in on the straights. Oh, I don't know how to play this. Not the game, I know it's difficult, but I think I understand that. I'm slightly more tempted to try and ditch everyone. Now I know that's Coulthard. Because I don't want to give up points to him. He started, what, outside the top 6, didn't he? God, we start on pole. It's already good damage limitation for him. I mean, I'm saying this, I'm busy looking behind me, and Wirtz is starting to become a little turquoise dot on the horizon. Oh God, there was some bounce in there. We saw what that looked like in qualifying. Remember, Benetton's last ever win in the sport, in real life, was the 1997 German Grand Prix, Gerhard Berger. Currently, our 98 German Grand Prix is a Benetton 1-2, and Wirtz is... He was at arm's length, but actually we've got a good run through that chicane. I've changed the gear ratio, so we've got higher top speed. I've lowered the wings. Maybe I've not lowered the wings enough. And that would explain why actually in the chicanes we're closing right in. And actually I am going to go through. Because we've actually pulled out a gap now. We've managed to get past without causing any issues. I really hope he doesn't touch me coming through the chicane. Okay, we are into the lead. Let's focus on building a gap, and we just have to hope that Alex Wirtz keeps it up. I think we made the move there in a way that did not hamper his progress. Going quicker than qualifying times now. Excellent. In the meantime, Wirtz from Coulthard. It was Herbert, I think. I just spotted in 6th. For most of the season, it feels like we've been chasing Coulthard, whereas now, these results in Austria, thanks to Coulthard's unsafe rejoin, and if we can obviously see this through here, I mean, for the first time, the pressure is on Coulthard. And we can build a little bit of contingency. We're still going to be less than a race win away, I'm pretty sure. Unless Coulthard suddenly gets overhauled by a load of people. Changes the dynamic a bit if we can see this through. I think we're finding more and more pace. Oh. Statement. This could be a statement win. I hope Wirtz hangs on. Imagine if I cross the line at the end of this race and it still says Wirtz won. It's just out and out, just getting more and more like senile as we go through the season. Hakkinen. Hakkinen's displaced Herbert. Could have been a good day for Sauber. I'm not sure how much of the second half of this race you're going to get shown, because it's pretty lonely, and I'm really looking forward to just taking the win. Literally, the only interesting bit I've got at the moment is seeing how much the order changes as we go over the line. And I've not been disappointed yet. Come on, Wirtz. You've got 2 laps to hang on. Oh my god, we're going to lap people. It's been a while since we've been able to do that. That's how dominant this this performance has been. Let's not ruin it now. Come on. So quite a few cars, in fact. Tyrrell, Minardi, and then another Tyrrell by the looks of it. So Wirtz is still in second as we start the final lap. We just need to negotiate this traffic without any issues. I don't like the way that Minardi was shuffling then as we approach the chicane. Oh, yeah, when you're through a chicane, what you typically want to do is then accelerate out of it. That's probably why you're so slow, my guy. I think you're underselling yourself. Again, there are flags on this game. There are rules and flags, but blue flags, maybe not so much. So we're not in a rush to pass this guy. We don't need to, because after overtaking our teammate, we've held on. Statement win. Oh, that was a beauty. Has Wirtz hung on comfortably. Well done, Alex. It's a 1-2 for Benetton. We lead home our teammate by 16 seconds. Coulthard recovers to third, which is decent damage limitation for him. A good result for Frentzen in the Williams in fourth, ahead of Schumacher and Hakkinen. Lacey couldn't hang on. Herbert couldn't hang on. Trulli was in the mix, I think, as well. Shame it wasn't more mixed up. But a very good day for us. Very good day indeed. So the gap is now up to exactly a race win. We are 10 points clear of David Coulthard. In the meantime, Hakkinen is now 19 behind after closing back in. That's been a rough day for him, only managing 6th. Schumacher comfortably in 4th, ahead of Eddie Irvine, Jean Lacey. Wirtz now moves up. Actually, it's Wirtz and Frentzen tied on 8 points after both scoring today. I think both of them leapfrogging Ralf Schumacher. That's what they did. None of the other stuff I was just saying. And what an important result that 1-2 was. It puts us 20 points clear of Ferrari. We're currently 35 behind McLaren. I just know that Alex Wirtz isn't suddenly going to be up there every week. If I'm wrong, and he's suddenly now going to be really consistent, we might have a chance. But I don't think we will. Up next, we're off to a twisty Hungaro ring, which, yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to this one. This is just going to be lots of waggling this stick to try and yank the car around. But let's see what we can get out of it. A good result today. 10 points clear of Coulthard in the championship, upping that pole to win conversion rate just a little. Hopefully we can keep it up, but we're in a good position. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video and are enjoying the series, and I'll see you very, very soon for the Hungarian Grand Prix of 1998.